about sports? You follow sports?
That's why I'm a defensive end in the NBA.
Attention to detail and habits. Watching Drew last year, Drew was always attentive and he was like very detailed in how he played defense, and it showed. It really showed. Just watching him every day. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, defender in the league. So, I learned a lot from him.
What's up, Zion? This is Will Gillard from The Athletic. I know we've talked a lot about you wanting to play more face-up this year, attacking off the dribble, getting downhill and stuff like that. But a big part of that is probably passing the ball, getting your teammates involved when they send doubles at you. So how much do you think you've improved in that area? And is there anything you've been able to do to kind of, grow that side of your game?
Honestly, it's just playing basketball. If you see two people on you or two or three people on you, somebody got to be open. So it's just a matter of, knowing your teammates, knowing where they want to be, like knowing if JJ wants to be on the move, ready to throw it to his spot. Lonzo for spot up. Sometimes Josh coming off a curl. It's just knowing your teammates, to be honest.
Hey, Zion, Scott Kushner with NOLA.com. What was it like just getting to go 5-on-5 and playing, in a real NBA type of environment again? I mean, I imagine it's been a minute since you guys were able to do that.
Man, it was great. Now that I'm healthy, it was great. I was just happy to be out there, no restrictions, just, 5-on-5, physical, attentive details, and just, having fun for me personally, just having fun and doing what I love.
Zion, on JJ's podcast, he was mentioning how good you look, how explosive you look out there on the court. Does it give you a newfound sense of confidence to have your body feeling good, or are you young enough for it to not really make a difference?
I say both. My stepfather would tell me, "You young, you're not gonna feel nothing." But I say both, just because. Just always being on restrictions and listen. I don't know how many times I can say this, but being on restrictions is not fun. It's not fun because, the time flies out there. I'll be out there for 5 minutes and it felt like 1 minute and I'm coming out. I was grateful for all that. Don't get me wrong, but knowing that there's no restrictions and I could just play without having to worry about certain movements and stuff, I'm just excited. I get to do what I love.
Hey, Zion, this is Andrew from ESPN. Two quick ones. Now that I know we've kind of talked about you and Stan so far, about what you've kind of learned from him, but after seeing him kind of in scrimmages, what's kind of your sense of how he's been as a coach so far?
Attentive to details. He's a very detailed guy. Sometimes he'll stop and show us, what we're doing wrong or how we could be better. Sometimes he'll let us figure it out. And I think that's great. But, he's a very detailed guy. All of the coaches are, the whole coaching staff. So I think with a coach staff like that and, the players we have here, who want to get better and, we want to win. So everybody's locked in and we're just, we're taking his guidance.
And one more on Stan. How does it feel to have a coach who is so vocal, I guess, when it comes to, on the court and then off the court? He's just a very vocal guy when it comes to social opinions and things like that.
It's great. Somebody who's going to use their voice. I got nothing but respect for that on and off the court. So like I said, man, Stan is a great guy. And I'm glad we have him here.
Hey, Zion, you talked earlier about obviously the restrictions that you had last year and that you weren't 100% healthy throughout the entire season. How much do you look forward to from the defensive perspective, you individually, having gone through that year of being a rookie, and how much more you learned and how much more comfortable you are on the defensive end as far as what you can apply this year?
Honestly, just my movements. I feel like I'm a basketball player. I rely on instinct and IQ. last year I can only rely on IQ, and sometimes my body wasn't able to do certain things. But now that I have both of them again, I think it's going to be a big difference.
Hey, Zion, this is Fletcher from NBC New Orleans. I know you only have a year in the league, but much has been made of the strength of you and Steven Adams and what you all can do to teams physically. After 5 days of practice, has it even been a little eye-opening for you thinking, I'm sure who's a body on the two of us in this league?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear like the last sentence of your question. Can you repeat that part?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'm breaking up here. I'm in my car. I apologize. I was just saying that much has been made of the physicality for you and Steven Adams after just 5 days of practice. Have you seen that? And has it even been a little eye-opening for you, the two of you all together in the paint, and potentially the physicality that you all will have there against other opponents?
Yeah, it has been eye-opening because Steven is strong, but he's not only just like, has brute strength, but he knows how to use it like in a finesse way and in a power way. He knows how to use his body very well. So that gives it another dimension of strength. And for me, like I'm young and I'm on the move, so it's kind of strength I have. So yeah, I think with both of us is, I think it's just kind of pick your poison with the strength.
All right. Thank you, Z.
No problem. You guys have a great day.
It's the people you go with that make it. The ones that were there when it mattered. From the big entrance to, we're going to do one more. And it's all because you said those two special words. Let's go. SeatGeek.
The scrimmage, what was it, yesterday, I think, or something like that. So just tell us about, or either today. So just tell us about what you were able to see in that scrimmage and what you guys were able to accomplish.
Yeah, so we scrimmaged the other night, 2 nights ago. I had yesterday off for the most part, and then did a lot of 5-on-5 today. A lot better today with just straight organization, better job handling the ball today, more fundamental, and a better job with our spacing. So offensively, I thought we made some real improvements today in those areas, and I thought our ball pressure defensively was a little bit better. Still got a long way to go, obviously, at both ends of the floor, but I felt like, from 2 nights ago, from Wednesday night in the scrimmage to the 5-on-5 today, we took a good step forward, which is all you're really trying to do is get better every day, and today we did that.
Hey, Coach, this is Jim Eichenhofer of Pelicans.com. This team was in the top 7 in three-point shooting last year in both makes and percentage. How much of a strength do you think that is going to be for the team this year as far as just the shooting that you guys have overall?
Yeah, to be quite honest, we have plenty of shooting. I don't think we'll make quite as many, to be honest, Jim, because you're talking a year in which, Zion only played 24 games. So for a good part of the year, they were playing with 4 perimeters, playing with Brandon Ingram as their 4 most of the time, and the floor spread out. The floor won't be nearly as spread out this year as it was. So while we've still got plenty of guys who can shoot it well and make people pay, I just, a lot of times have one less 3-point shooter on the floor. And that probably, our numbers in that area will probably, at least in terms of number of shots, be quite the same.
Hey, Stan, Rod Walker with the Times-Picayune. Has there been anything with Zion that you may have learned in these first few days that you had no idea about him, prior to coming in and actually coaching him?
Well, nothing really I didn't have an idea about, but I guess the thing you don't really know for sure until, you're out here coaching somebody is how quickly they pick things up and process. And he's very, very good in that area. Very smart guy, picks things up really, really quickly. But I had to be honest, I'd had some people, including Coach K, tell me that he's really, really smart. And that has certainly played out.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again from The Athletic. We've seen that the NFL has been able to go on with their season, through the COVID situation and all that, but there have been at least, 1 or 2 games every week where the situation has affected a roster. From a coaching standpoint, what are you expecting this year as far as the uncertainty from game to game, who's going to be in, who's going to be out, what the results are going to be of these tests? I guess, how do you handle that as a coach?
I keep saying this, and it really is true. I don't care if it's coaches or players. I mean, you got to be ready to work that day, play that game, and it could very well change before the next game. Like, you're going to have to be adaptable. Everybody on your roster is going to have to stay ready to play, and you can't hang your head when things happen. I mean, you got to keep pushing on with the idea that we're going to compete, anytime, any place, under any conditions. I mean, that's always true anyway, Will, but I think in this situation with COVID, it definitely has to be the way you approach things. And you may have an entirely different group of guys every single day. So that's just the way it is.
Hi, Coach. This is Ollie Cosell with the Bird Rights. In talking to Coach K the other day, you mentioned the effort levels, particularly of BI and Zion, of really standing out among the group through the first 4 practices. And so many wanting to see more leadership from the both of them. Do you take this as a good sign? And is this in any way comparable to the growth you've seen in your past on some of your teams from young guys like maybe Dwayne Wade or somebody else?
Yeah, look, it takes time. And I think what those guys have to understand is with their work and with their production, they're going to gain the respect of their teammates. And so their teammates will give them that space to take some leadership. I think it's natural for a young guy to defer to a JJ Redick or an Eric Bledsoe or a Steven Adams, veteran guys in the league. I think the ideal situation that hopefully we'll get to is that JJ and Steven and Eric will help those guys step up into more leadership roles.
Hey, Stan, Christian Clark, NOLA.com here. I know when we've asked you about divvying up minutes and rotations, you kind of said, we just started this, I'm not there yet. With 5 full days of work, do you feel like you're getting there with a preseason game, I guess, 3 days away now?
Nope. And I probably won't be there in the preseason game on Monday either. So, and I'm not sure I'll be there on January the 15th either. I mean, I just, it's going to take some time. I mean, obviously we're going to be there ready to compete and play, but I mean, in terms of being absolutely settled into what we're going to do, no, I don't think so. And I think I want these guys, continuing in a mindset of competing and having to produce for minutes and things like that. So.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
You've got to love sports.